also become platforms for misinformation and disinformation. While social media has democratized information sharing, it has also made it easier for forces and information to proliferate. This poses an immense challenge, particularly during election periods when the stakes are high, and the public's right to accurate information is paramount. It is important these acts take proactive measures to identify and remove false content while promoting credible sources of information. Collaboration between governments and technology companies is imperative in this regard. The media landscape has evolved considerably over the last few decades, with the rise of digital platforms transforming the way we consume information. Traditional media outlets, including newspapers, radio, and television, have long been trusted sources of news. However, the advent of social media has introduced new dynamics, enabling the rapid spread of information to a global audience. Government recognizes the importance of working collaboratively with media organizations and technology companies to address this challenge. We have initiated dialogues with these stakeholders to explore effective strategies for combating misinformation and disinformation. We have undertaken several initiatives to address this challenge, such as A, strengthening regulatory frameworks. We've enhanced our legal and regulatory frameworks to hold individuals and organizations accountable for spreading false information. B, collaborating with technology companies. We're engaging with social media companies and other tech firms to develop mechanisms for monitoring and curbing the spread of false information. These partnerships are essential in our fight against digital misinformation and misinformation. C, public awareness campaigns. Educating the public about the dangers of misinformation and disinformation and how to identify false information is crucial. We will launch nationwide campaigns to raise awareness and promote media literacy among our citizens. And D, supporting fact-checking organizations. Fact-checking organizations play a vital part in verifying information and debunking false claims. Government will provide support to these organizations to enhance their capacity and reach. In addition to these efforts, I'm pleased to announce the government is in the process of putting in place a national action plan to combat misinformation and disinformation. This comprehensive plan, currently before Cabinet for its consideration and action, outlines strategic steps to address the spread of false information. The action plan aims to defend our democratic processes, protect the integrity of our elections, and promote an informed and engaged citizenry. By implementing this plan, we're taking a proactive stance to ensure that misinformation and disinformation do not undermine our hard-won democratic gains, as well as the peace and stability of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, political parties and candidates have a fiduciary duty to conduct themselves with integrity and honesty. The spread of false information for political gain undermines our democratic process and erodes public trust. I urge all political actors to commit to truthfulness and transparency in their campaigns. We must all remember that our actions today will shape the future of our nation. Let us engage in constructive dialogue, present our ideas and policies to the electorate in a truthful and respectful manner. Campaigns should be based on substantive issues and policies rather than on the dissemination of false information or personal attacks. Political actors should demonstrate leadership and integrity by rejecting misinformation and disinformation and by promoting a culture of honesty and accountability. I also call on political parties and candidates to educate their supporters about the importance of peaceful conduct during the electoral process. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that the elections are conducted in an atmosphere of peace and respect, free of violence and intimidation. Civil society organizations are invaluable partners in the efforts to curb misinformation and disinformation. Their work in promoting transparency, accountability, and media literacy is essential. We encourage civil society to continue their advocacy and to work closely with government and other stakeholders. The public has also a crucial role to play. As consumers of information, we must be discerning and skeptical of the sources on which we rely. It's important to verify information before sharing and to rely on reputable news sources. Each of us has a responsibility to contribute to a well-informed electorate. Media literacy is a key component of the strategy to combat misinformation. By educating citizens on how to evaluate properly information, we can empower them to make informed decisions, to recognize and reject false information. Civil society organizations and educational institutions have insightful contributions to make in promoting media literacy and critical thinking skills. I also encourage the public to participate actively in the democratic process, because the democratic process is essential about the public. This includes attending public forums, engaging with political candidates, and exercising their right to vote. An informed and engaged election is the foundation of a strong democracy. As we move toward the 2024 general election, let us reaffirm our commitment to a fair and transparent electoral process. Misinformation and disinformation are challenges that require collective action. By working together, government, media, civil society, political parties, and the public, we can create an environment where truth prevails and our democracy thrives. In conclusion, I want to thank the NanaAddo for organizing this event and for their continuous efforts in promoting credible journalism. Let us all pledge to curb misinformation and disinformation as we prepare for the 2024 general election. Together, we can ensure that our elections result in true reflections of the will of the people, and that Ghana continues to stand as a beacon of democracy and civility. Let us all in our homeland Ghana and make it great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May we please be seated. Now, as the executive head of Influence Africa, which has Africa's largest network of influencers, I'm also pledging that we will do our bit to ensure that social media influencers also play their role to ensure we do not have misinformation and disinformation for the 2024 election. That have some of the social media influencers here. We thank you for that conversation. Much as the President would love to be part of the plenary, he has I've been told that he has to leave for other pressing matters, and so we would want to excuse the president as he takes his leave. May we please rise and have the national anthem played before he leaves. Thank you. So as the president makes his way out of the auditorium, I'd also like to acknowledge a few of the people who are with us. We have Reverend Dr. NanaAddo, Chairman National Peace Council, is with us. Bibiana Kuku, Deputy Director of Communications in DC. I'd like to invite the speaker for the plenary, NanaAddo, former National Security Coordinator. A round of applause to him.
Assalamu alaikum. I would leave it to stand on the protocol so that we can establish that the senior brother and the Minister of National Security and therefore proceed. As we repeat, our conversation here is dealing with misinformation and disinformation in election. Our conversation is focused on misinformation and disinformation, challenges and impact. First of all, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the organizers for making me part of this conversation. This is a conversation that is most relevant to forging and shaping together as a people the conducive environment that we so much need, so much require for the planning, preparation, and conduct of the 2024 elections in our dear country, particularly with respect to misinformation and disinformation. I'm most grateful to be invited here. Thank you very much for the question. Now, my task here is one of the supporting efforts. I'm simply to make some introductory remarks that will usher in our team of distinguished panelists who will deliberate on the topic at hand, disinformation and disinformation challenges of the past, in the context of the 2024 parliamentary and presidential elections. In doing so, I wish to draw attention to a few issues, hopefully within the 10 minutes that have been given to me. Let me start by saying that our dear country, Ghana, guided by our motto of freedom and justice, has since the inception of the Fourth Republic become an example of democratic constitutional rule with peaceful change of government through elections, and that Ghanaians wish that the 2024 elections would be transparent and result in the declaration of credible results that reflect the view of the electorate and leave contestants with no choice but to accept the results. Our 1992 Constitution captures the fundamental human rights and freedoms that should be enjoyed not only by the citizenry, but by all who live here in Ghana. These rights derive their global character from the ethics outlined in 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights and international law as captured in the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, as well as other international law and international and domestic human rights laws. Now, paramount among these rights is the freedom of expression. Freedom of speech is one.
No. Okay, maybe get that. Because you know that you just get that. Because former
is okay. It is a derogable right and has primary limitation to the extent that it should not, in its exercise, encroach or infringe on the rights of others, threaten or endanger peaceful coexistence, national stability, and therefore national security for that matter. Misinformation and disinformation are two primary ways in which the very right of freedom of expression could be abused, or by which peaceful coexistence, national stability, and national security could be undermined, in spite of existing domestic and international restrictive control mechanisms and protocols. In fact, the World Economic Forum 2023-2024 Exception Study ranks misinformation and disinformation as the first among 10 risks for the period 2024-2025. So you can see our election is falling within that period where misinformation and disinformation ranks first among 10 risks that was considered by the World Economic Forum in its work. Now, in the context of our 2024 elections, while misinformation